Krishna, we all know. Ishavashyam idam sarvam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat. Tena tektena munjintam agrata kasya suddhanam. We all know this. Everything belongs to Krishna. Everything belongs to our Master. And if we enjoy his property, if a servant enjoys the property of his Master, do you think it is humility? This is absurd. He is not being humble. If one day you come in your home and your servant is sitting on your bed, he is watching your TV, and he has taken everything from your fridge and eating nicely on your plates, then what do you call such servant as? And that servant will say, and when you come, that servant will say, "Oh, my Master, I'm there. I'm at your service. Whatever you command, I'll do." But before you command anything to him, you will fire him. You will say, "Complete nonsense. You're using my bed. You're using my fridge. You're using my TV. What's happening?" So, humility also means leaving sense gratification. So, not to enjoy the property of a Master. And in fact, many of the scriptures, they define humility in this way. So people who, in the proportion, to the degree we have sense gratification tendency in our heart, to that degree we are not humble. That's all. So that is the measure of humility. That's what Bhakti Santa used to say. That is the ideal standard of humility. Leaving sense gratification. You can know you are humble when your mind doesn't want to enjoy the property of Krishna, the property of our Master. And that is a good servant. A good servant will not use anything from his Master's house, and yet give everything to him. His time, his life, his energy, and then the Master will be happy. So that is another insight into the meaning of humility. And yet another insight in the meaning of humility is, to always follow the orders of spiritual Master and Krishna. That's also humbleness. So following order is humbleness. Like Hanuman. Hanuman in Ramayana doesn't seem to be humble, no? If externally you see, he's very agile. He's always doing so many things. And then he went to Lanka. He fought. He defeated so many people in the war. He was killing so many people. So if you see from a very external point of view, he's humble. It doesn't seem like that. Mostly we envision in our mind a humble devotee as a very down-to-earth person who is never in the front. That's what we envision humbleness as. But no, Hanuman was at the front in the war. Hanuman was at the front in the service. He was always ready to do something for Krishna, or for Ram. So that is called humility. That is another insight. Absolute submission to absolute truth. That is humility. So for Ram, for Krishna, we're ready to do anything on his order. We're ready to follow his order. No matter what people will say. So when a devotee is absolutely convinced and follows the orders of Krishna without caring for external opinions, that is called humility. Because why it is called humility? Because a devotee leaves his all ideas and he is convinced the opinion and the ideas of Krishna are supreme. So let me follow that. Devotee thinks in his mind. Devotee thinks my ideas are useless, my opinions are useless, so because I am useless. And Krishna's ideas are important, Krishna's opinion are important, because Krishna is important. So so damn with my ideas and opinions, and Krishna's ideas and opinions, let it always be glorious, and let me follow that. So following the orders of Bhagavad Gita and spiritual master, that is humility. So, was Arjuna humble? Well, Arjuna was killing so many people on the war. Many people don't like to see him as humble devotee. Many philosophers, they criticize Arjuna as not being humble. But no, if you externally see, okay, he was fighting, he was a warrior, doesn't seem like humble, but he was humble. Because in Arjuna's case, not fighting was not humbleness, that was pride. So if Arjuna would not have fought, he would have left the battlefield, went to forest, sit in one corner, in a dark corner, meditate on Krishna, and that would seem humbleness. So humbleness is not in action. Humbleness is not sitting behind. That might not necessarily be humbleness. You can sit in the front if required. If that is order of Krishna, okay, fine. If Krishna says, suppose if Krishna tells you, you have to go in television, and you have to announce that you are the greatest of the greatest. You have to tell everybody, or when when there is a festival of devotees, in that festival you give lecture, and in the lecture you should say you are the greatest of greatest. Nobody is equal to you. You have to say this if Krishna tells you. And you have to also say what achievements you did by your own mouth. I did this, I did that. So what do? So will your saying, I am the greatest of greatest, in that festival of devotees, in the lecture, and to boast about your achievements, is that humility? Or you're not saying all those things, that is humility. So generally, if we talk about ourselves and we praise ourselves as being greatest of greatest and say achievement, that is pride, no? We all understand. But if Krishna says you to do this, and if you do this, then that is humility. Because you're following the orders of Krishna. If Krishna says, you announce that you're the greatest of greatest, and if you don't do that, then that is pride. If you tell Krishna, no, I have gone say to people, I'm greatest of greatest, I'm not great. So Krishna says, I know you're humble, you're telling me like this, but I want you to announce you're the greatest of greatest. And if you still don't do, then you're not humble, you're proud. So you see, that's the point. And that's what happened in Bible. Christ. So Christ said, if you have faith in me, you will be delivered. So why he said that? Because he said, my Father has told me, anybody who takes shelter of me, anybody who has faith in me, I will deliver him. So thus I ask you to have faith in me, and all your sins will be destroyed. So his god brothers at that time could not understand anything. They thought he was so proud to say, have faith in me. He was not saying have faith in God. He said, have faith in me. They thought that he's proud. But actually he was the most humble, because God told him to announce like that. God said to Christ, you say you are the greatest, and people should have faith in you, and thus they will be delivered. So Christ simply followed the orders, and that is called humility, simply following the orders of Krishna. So this is insight into humility. So that we should always keep in mind. If you want to become humble, fine, external actions are always there. Externally we behave, we act properly as a matter of social etiquettes. But real ideal standard of humbleness is to become advanced and give all credit of advancement to Krishna. Ideal standard of humbleness is to leave sense gratification. Ideal standard of humbleness is to follow the orders of Krishna as it is. Absolute submission to his orders. That is real humbleness. Always measure your humbleness by these three factors, and not by external actions. External actions are necessary, they are social norms, that is to be followed, but always strive for ideal standard of humbleness. That Krishna will like you. And the next symptom of or the mood to chant Hare Krishna mantra is, Mahaprabhu says, Tarodeva Sahishnuna, to be tolerant like a tree. Now what that means, Chaitanya Prabhu himself explains. Dui prakar Sahishnuta kare vriksham. So a tree tolerates everything in two ways. Now Mahaprabhu says, Vriksha jain katilaha kichu na bolaye. There is 3, Antelila 20.23, Shikshashtakam prayers. Sukai mailehe kare pani na magaye. So tree is tolerant in two ways. When a tree is cut down, it does not protest. One thing. If you cut the tree, it doesn't speak, it doesn't cry. At least you can't see that it's crying and shouting. It doesn't. There are no tears. There is no voice. And second is, even when the tree is drying up, it does not ask anyone for water. So two ways it tolerates. So if there is summer, there is no rain. In autumn, the leaves fall down. It dries up. But does it ask anybody water? No. When winters come, all leaves are gone. It just branches and trunk. But it doesn't ask water from anyone. It simply tolerates that winter. And then summer and spring comes, again there are so many leaves. It again becomes green. So that's how a devotee should tolerate. He should develop this quality of toleration. So the point is, we should, if somebody criticizes us, somebody blames us, although we are correct, we might not be wrong, still we should not protest. That is true Vaishnava. Why a devotee doesn't protest even though he's correct and somebody is blaming him? Because a devotee thinks that this is an arrangement of Krishna. That person who is blaming me, he is simply an instrument in the plan of Krishna to make me realize something, to give me some teaching, to actually help me to become more tolerant. That's what devotee thinks. And that's why he doesn't protest. And it is very difficult, by the way. It is easy not to protest when you are wrong, but it is very, very difficult not to protest when you are correct and the other person is wrong. And you know this. And everybody knows this. And that's not easy. For that, you have to be a Vaishnava. You have to have Vaishnava quality. You have to have this quality of toleration. You have to learn from tree. And tree is teaching us this quality. So what harm tree does to anybody? Nothing. But still people cut the tree. And tree doesn't say anything. Okay, fine. That's okay. So that is a devotee. You see this material world, you don't expect everything nice in material world. And Prabhupada says in one of his lectures, anybody who expects anything good in this material world, anything nice and optimism, he is number one fool. Prabhupada says he is animal. Only animals are optimistic. Everything is nice, everything is good. Just like a goat, Prabhupada gave an example of a goat. A goat in the slaughterhouse. They are being slaughtered, but so all the goats are slaughtered, and this goat who is standing in one corner, she is eating nicely, and she is thinking everything is nice. I am getting food. It's such a nice place, and it's so nice to be here, this is my food, tasty food, and it's simply absorbed in eating food, and it forgets the reality that it is in slaughterhouse. Next chance is his to be slaughtered. And that's what we are there in this material world. Here, this is a slaughterhouse. This material world is a slaughterhouse. Everybody will be slaughtered one time or the other, not by people, not by an axe, but by death, the fierce form of Krishna. And everybody, without exception. So, but we are absorbed in our small grass, in a small house, small carrier, small money, like goat is absorbed in the grass in eating. And we forget that my turn is also going to come. And that is foolishness. And we think everything is nice, everything is bright. No, everything is dark. Prabhupada says optimism is for animals. For human, real human life begins with pessimism. So pessimism means to think that everybody is bad, everything is wrong here. That's pessimism. That's human life. Human life is to recognize, yes, nothing is good. I don't expect anything good from here. So, a devotee doesn't expect anything good from this material world. If you try to protest, if you say, no, I'll protest. Why should I not protest? And people will exploit me. Devotees will exploit me if I don't protest. And they will blame me unnecessarily. Today somebody blames me, I am correct. Tomorrow somebody else will blame me. And how much should I tolerate? No, a tree never protests. That's the idea. So, and how much you can protest? Today you will protest. Tomorrow again you will protest. After tomorrow you will again protest. Because this world is like that. It is full of unhappiness. It is full of problems. It is full of wrong things. It is darkness. It is mode of ignorance. Here right is wrong and wrong is right. And you will be blamed. You will be blamed for what you have not done. You will be blamed for right things you do in this material world. And we see in offices, in our daily life, and even within community of devotees it might happen, because anyway they are people. So better policy is not to protest. Forget it, just tolerate everything. And the way to tolerate is to understand that everything is plan of God, and He's trying to teach me through this material world, through the devotees. He arranges for helping me to become more tolerant. He arranges for all these circumstances to help me to focus on Him more. So if we simply focus on Him, no matter what will happen around us, no matter what anybody will tell to us, we will not care, we will not protest. Okay, fine. You want to blame me? Devotee says, okay, blame me. Doesn't matter. But you can blame my body, you can blame my mind, but you cannot blame my soul. That's what a devotee is. And this is very difficult. If you try to do it, it's very difficult. So, and the second meaning of be tolerant like a tree is, Mahaprabhu says, even when drying up, it does not ask anyone for water. So this is extreme toleration. Extreme toleration. Tree is going to die, but doesn't ask for water. It is drying up, doesn't ask for water. So what that means? That means we should be so tolerant that even when we have problems in life, and we have problems with devotees or devotee community, we have problems with our own mind of so many desires, still a devotee tolerates. He doesn't want anybody to serve him. That's the idea. He doesn't ask anyone for water. So he doesn't. So if somebody blames him or there's some problem in his life, through some devotees or some other thing, political problem, managerial political problem, is unnecessarily blamed, devotees is fine. So he doesn't go to another devotee and other devotees to say, help me solve this problem. No, forget it. No, he doesn't ask anybody's service for this small thing. He understands it's a small thing. Come on. It's a small thing. For this small petty things, why should I take service from Vaishnavas? Forget it. Even death is very small for a devotee. What to talk of these small petty problems? And he doesn't ask for service from anybody. He doesn't ask even Krishna. Krishna, please solve my problem. I am facing this problem. Everybody is blaming me. Everybody is talking about me, bad about me. What? We are already bad. We are complete nonsense. We are complete nonsense. We should understand this. That is humbleness. And from that humbleness comes tolerance. We are nonsense. If people call me nonsense, okay, that's fine. I'm like that. So he doesn't protest. In fact, when a devotee is being criticized, unnecessarily, he's put into problem unnecessarily, he becomes very happy, in fact, on the other hand, because he thinks, yes, now I am getting purified. Now Krishna is giving chance to become purified. Now Krishna is giving me chance to show that I am having good qualities, and now it is a chance to please him. Now it is an opportunity to please him by not protesting, by not saying anything to anybody, by not asking help from these small petty things, and then Krishna will be pleased. Oh, so nice, no problems. And that happened, that happened. Kanak Das, there was a devotee in Udupi. He was a very nice devotee, and he was Paramahamsa. Day and night he was chanting holy names of Lord. And one day his godbrothers, they blamed him, charged him of being thief, of stealing the ornaments of Krishna, Udupi Krishna. And they caught him, they tied him, and they started beating him. So what he did? He started protesting. No, I didn't do anything. He started proving himself. You see, first you have to prove that I have stolen this, and then you can beat me. He didn't do anything. So did he beg them? Please leave me, don't beat me. No, nothing. He didn't ask anything from them. Neither he told them anything. You are nonsense, why you are doing this? Nothing. He didn't protest. He didn't ask for help from anybody else. He didn't tell people, please protect me from these people, I am right. Normal person will do like that. But he was a devotee. They tied him, they were beating him, and what he was doing? No protest. He was simply chanting the holy names of Lord. And he was laughing. He was so happy. And people were thinking, what's happening? He's in bliss. The more they were beating, he was very happy. He was calling Udupi Krishna. Krishna, you're so great. You're so nice that today I am being beaten in the public. I am being tied. And why he was happy? Why he was pleased? Because he was thinking in his mind, yes, Krishna is reciprocating with me. Krishna is reciprocating. He's making me. He has planned. He devised a plan that I should be blamed. He devised a plan that I should be beaten. So if Krishna, you want this, yes, I gladly accept this. And because that's your plan, and because your plan is successful, I am happy. That's the idea. So that is a devotee. He's happy when Krishna's plan is successful. So why should he protest? If Krishna, that's your plan, and your plan is successful, and I'm being blamed, I'm being beaten, who will be more than happy than me? Yes, I'm so happy. And he was in bliss. He was in perfect bliss. And then Krishna came So then Udupi Krishna's deity, it turned and the walls broke of the temple. And then devotees knew, my God, this is a big devotee, Kanakdas. They left him, they asked him forgiveness, like that. That is toleration. Develop this quality. Toleration means to forgive. To forgive. So treat, if you can forgive people, if you can, okay, fine, forget and forgive, then you will not protest. And how can you forget and forgive? By understanding this fact that everything is plan of God. Everything is plan of Krishna. Some people recognize that plan, many people do not. And that's why they protest. But we understand that this material world and people of this material world, they are mere puppets in the hand of God. And He uses them to give everybody their own reactions, and in the process some teachings through that. People who learn, they get liberated. People who don't learn keep on protesting, keep on justifying themselves. They remain in this material world, because then they can't see Krishna behind everything. That's how we should become tolerant. And also Mahaprabhu says, Jai Jai Mangai Tare Dei Apandhan. The tree delivers its fruits and flowers, whatever else it possesses, to anyone and everyone. Garam Vrishti Sahe Aner Karai Rakshan. It tolerates scorching heat, torrents of rain, yet it still gives shelter to others. This is toleration. So being toleration, to tolerate is not just not to protest. Ideal standard of toleration is, if anybody hates you, you bless them. If anybody curses you, you bestow blessings on them. If anybody has enmity with you, you be his well-wisher. That is real toleration. Like a tree. If anybody cuts a tree, in return what tree will give? It will give fruits and flowers. If anybody throws a stone at the tree, in return what he gets? He gets fruits. And it tolerates heat and rain. So, most ideal standard of toleration is that you don't protest. Rather, if you are being cursed, you are returning blessings. And even further than that, to help that person who is your enemy, you take all pains to actually help him, so that you take all pains, like tree takes scorching heat and torrents of rain, and you serve him. You serve your enemy. You serve the person who is blaming you. That's real toleration. And that only tree can do. But we cannot do. That is what we are. Even trees can do that, but humans cannot. Humans cannot. That is real toleration. And that's what Christ did, Christ was crucified. And what he said when he was being crucified? He said, "Oh my Lord, forgive them, because they do not know what they are doing. Show them the right path. Show them truth." He was suffering, but he was praying for them. He was helping them. You can imagine? Imagine this is a devotee. And who are we? We are complete nonsense. Something happens and we start protesting. We start justifying. We are what we are. We are nothing. Why it happens with us? Because we are not connected with Krishna. We forget Him. We don't see His plans. We don't want to learn. We want to just justify. We are not in learning mode. We are in justifying mode. We are trying to be master and not servant. And that's why we can't tolerate. But if we can see Krishna, invisible hand of Krishna is everywhere. Isavashamidam sarvam. We can see with that spirit, then all these qualities come. And then you can always chant Hare Krishna in your mind like that. So you also have to tolerate not just people, not just politics around you. You also have to tolerate your desires of mind. That is also toleration. Let mind say anything, no problem. But like a tree, tolerate everything. Mind will say, no, you do this, you do that, you do that, you do that. Leave Krishna, leave chanting, and chanting is boring. This is, don't read now, we don't have time. So many things. But simply tolerate everything and pray for your mind. Pray to Krishna, oh Krishna, give my mind some good direction so that it can understand that it is not on the right path. That's what a devotee prays for his own mind. Show him the right path. And he understands, I am not mind. Let him say anything. Let me tolerate. Let him shout. Let him do anything. That is also toleration. That is internal toleration. And there is external toleration. Devotee is both externally tolerant, internally tolerant. And then the third symptom of the third requirement to always chant the holy name is Mahaprabhu continues 20.25 Amanina mandena kirtanya sadahari, to give all respects to everybody and not expect any respect. Now what that means, Mahaprabhu explains 20.25 Ante Leela Uttam hoya Vaishnav hove niravhaman Jeev samman deve jani Krishna dhishthan. How can devotee give respect to everybody, even his enemy? How can he do that? Because he knows that Krishna is present everywhere. He is present everywhere. Everybody and everything in this world, it is Krishna Adhishthan. It is a resting place of Krishna. It is as if his house. So every body, every person is his house. Everything in this material world, everywhere Krishna resides. So that is why he is to give respect to everybody. So that is actually a qualification of Uttamadhikari, the most exalted devotee. Srimad Bhagavatam explains that. So as far as we are concerned, or practitioners, we give respects to everybody, and we understand that everybody is part and parcel of Krishna, and they are stuck up in this material world, and whatever bad things they do out of their own free will, whatever nonsense things they are doing, no problem. This is due to their ignorance, due to their foolishness, and please Krishna help them, show them the right path. That's how devotee lives his life. And because you are there in his heart, that's how devotee can respect everybody. But Rupa Goswami says, for a practitioner, the mode of respect is different for different people. For a pure devotee, for Uttamadhikari, Krishna says, Vidya vina sampanne brahmane kabhyastini shuni chayava shapakaicha pandita samadarshina. For Uttamadhikari, anybody he will see, he will just pay flat obeisances. Uttamadhikari is like that. But for a practitioner, Madhyamadhikari like us, we give respect to everybody, whoever he may be, even an ant, we give respect. But at the same time, we have discrimination. Our method of giving respect to everybody is different. So for an exalted devotee, we give respect physically by serving him. For devotees who are Madhyamadhikaris, who are at equal level with us, we give respect by paying obeisances and by speaking to him, and by speaking to him respectful words. And for Kanishtadhikari, who are just new, we pay them respect by our heart, and we pay them respect by fulfilling their desires. And what is the desire of a new devotee? He wants to advance. So by helping him to advance in devotional service, that is the real respect of devotees who are new. That is a real respect. If you want really to help them to actually go out of your way to guide them, to help them to go near Krishna. That is their respect. And for non-devotees also, we give them respect. But how? By avoiding them. That's what Bhaktisiddhanta used to say. For atheistic people, we give them respect by avoiding them. You know why? Because if you go to atheistic people, now mark my word, atheistic people, I'm not talking about ignorant people, non-devotees. For atheistic people, if you go to them, if you preach, if you tell them anything, then they will become more envious. They will become more non-devotee type. So then they will go away from Krishna. So if you are not like Prahlad Maharaj, if you are not a great devotee, better remain away from the atheistic, envious people, and this will be their respect. Because if you remain away from them, and their poison will not increase. Because if you go and start talking to them, you will not be able to convince them. Because we are not so strong enough. Prahlad Maharaj could convince demons. So to these demoniac and atheistic people, like scientists who are like strong-headed people, they convinced that Krishna is not there. Fine, just leave them, avoid them. And that is how we respect them. We're like that, okay, fine. From far off, okay. From far off we say. But if you are very strong and convinced in devotional philosophy, okay, go and challenge them. That Prabhupada says, okay. And defeat them, not defeat them just to defeat them and put them down. Defeat them so that they will come near Krishna and they will start respecting Krishna. And when they start respecting Krishna, that will be their real respect. That will be their real respect. Because when they start respecting Krishna, they will become connected to Krishna. And anybody who becomes connected to Krishna, he automatically becomes respectful. So that is the real respect. So that's why a devotee respects atheistic people, demonic people by avoiding them. And he prepares himself, make himself pure and knowledgeable, and then go and then preach them. But for ignorant people, he respects them by preaching to them. So that is respect. Preaching to non-devotees is respect. Why? Because when you preach to them, they become connected to Krishna, and because Krishna is all respectful, he deserves respect from anybody, everybody. Anybody who gets connected to him automatically becomes respectful in everybody's eyes, because he's connected to the source of all respect. So, and that's how he becomes respectful. So preaching to non-devotees, that is giving them respect. So that is how we give respect to everybody, man dena, in different ways, in different levels. That's the practical understanding of giving respect. And he doesn't crave for any respect. That's important. Doesn't crave. Devotee doesn't crave for any respect. So there is one thing to say, say somebody praises you and respects you. One thing is say, no, that's okay, I don't want this. But then in the heart you have to check whether you're craving for that respect or not. Whether your ears want to hear your own glories, or whether you become happy when you're glorified. You have to check your heart. And if that happens, then throw that complete nonsense. And Bhaktivedanta Swami say, so that nonsense craving, which is like donkey's urine, which is in which you are taking bath. Your soul is taking bath, and Krishna will go far away from you. So just throw that craving away. Just do something so that it goes away. This disease of craving for honor and respect, it goes away. And it will go away by praying to Krishna, by chanting His holy name, but also by understanding that who am I to be praised? What is there in me to be praised about? Whatever good qualities I have, that is all gift of Krishna. That is because I am connected to Him. But if I get disconnected from Him, again I will become a mouse, and I will again become bad. These good qualities do not belong to me. These good qualities are given as a rent to me. I'm on rent. So suppose if you're staying in a big palace and you're on rent, you're not the owner. Will you be proud? I'm staying in a big palace. No, you're on rent. You're on rent in that palace. That's all simple. Prabhupada says postman is not proud of carrying 1 lakh rupees or $1 lakh, whatever. Postman might deliver such big amounts in registry to other people, but he doesn't become proud. I'm rich. He's not rich. He's simply carrying and giving. That's how devotee doesn't actually he gets free of all cravings for respect, because you have nothing. Why you should be craving for anything? So that is, if you are in this mood of Srinathapi Sune Chena Tarureva Seshna Amane Namandena, not just mood, the mood will develop if you act on this platform. Mood doesn't develop by not acting on this platform. You can't just keep on thinking in your mind, I am humble, I am tolerant, and you don't act like that. So you can't just keep on thinking I am tolerant, and then somebody blames you, somebody says you something, and you start protesting and justifying, and your mind becomes unsettled. Then you don't develop that mood. By practice makes a man perfect. So you have to practice this. And fortunate are those to whom sufferings come. Fortunate are those who are blamed unjustly. Fortunate are those who are put in such a condition where your mind will be agonized and bewildered, and yet you maintain your composure, you remain tolerant, and you remain humble, and then that mood will develop slowly and steadily, and then we can we have to practice to try to give respect to everybody, to try to see Krishna everywhere, and then automatically we'll be able to give him respect. So when you act on that platform, slowly this mood develops and a personality changes, and then we will be able to chant gradually to the proportion of personality changes, and a personality takes bath, is absorbed in this mood of Trinadapi Sunichena, as we have read from Chaitanya Charitamrita, not as what we like to imagine it is. Then we can always chant holy names. If we are not able to chant holy names always in our mind, on our beats, while walking, talking, eating, and our mind is simply getting absorbed in material glamour and attraction and sense gratificatory thoughts, this means we are simply imagining ourselves to be humble, tolerant, and giving respect to others, but actually we are not really at that platform. This means we are not acting at that platform. We simply want that mood without deserving that mood. So Prabhupada says, first deserve, then desire. Simply by desiring to be humble, you don't become humble. Simply by desiring to be tolerant, you don't become tolerant. You have to do something, as I explained. You have to act on that platform, and then you get all these qualities gradually. So that is the third verse, and the fourth verse should I discuss today? I was planning to finish the fourth verse also, but anyway, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continues, "Ei mat hoya jai Krishnam lay, Shri Krishna charane tar prem upjay." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, if one chants the holy name of Lord Krishna in this manner, he will certainly awaken his dormant love for Krishna's lotus feet. See, 20.26, he gives blessings. If anyone who can chant in this manner, in the true sense of this verse, not in the sense what you like to imagine, he will certainly awaken his dormant love for Krishna's lotus feet. Tare prem upjay. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continues, he says, prema swabhav jahan premera sambandh, sei mane Krishna more nahi prem gandh. Wherever there is a relationship of love of God, its natural symptom is that the devotee does not think himself a devotee. Instead, he always thinks that he has not even a drop of love for Krishna. That is absolutely, this is so nice. Krishna more nahi prem gandh. So wherever there is love, wherever there is this mood of chanting, because without chanting, with this mood of Trinadapi Sunijena, this ideal mood, we don't develop love. And wherever there is love, devotee thinks, I don't have any love. That is, he always thinks he has not even a drop of love for Krishna. Because as you start loving him, as you start going near him, as Krishna starts revealing to you who is he, you will automatically start thinking, my God, who am I in front of this extreme purity? As sun starts coming near a lamp understands what is the value of my light. This is sun. The value of a lamp is in night when there is no sun. As the sun dawns in the morning, slowly light comes, there is no value of that lamp. So similarly, until unless we are in darkness, we think ourselves as valuable. We think we have love and attachment. As soon as the sun of Krishna rises in our heart and there is no darkness, we lose all value for ourselves, and we understand the only valuable thing is Krishna. We understand that whatever love I am experiencing within myself, that is not my light, that is Krishna's light, that is the light of sun. I was thinking that's my light, but only when there was darkness, then it was appearing that this is my light, small light of lamp. But small light of lamp cannot remove darkness. It is insufficient to remove all the darkness in your heart. But when the sun rises, then we understand, oh yes, this is the light of sun which is helping me remove my darkness. And this love which I am experiencing, it is proceeding from Krishna and not from myself. It is not from myself. That is why a devotee thinks he has not even a drop of love for Krishna. Whatever love he has, it is from Krishna's side. It is due to blessings of him. As far as I am concerned, I don't have a drop of Krishna, love for Krishna. And that is what Mahaprabhu says. This is a symptom of love. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continues the next verse. And then actually Krishna Consciousness Swami says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is feeling what he's feeling. He's become extremely humble now. And he starts feeling as a conditioned soul. Now he prays like a conditioned soul. Now he's teaching us now in next two verses how to pray and what to pray. So if there's ideal humility, if you have proper mood, this is what you will pray. Na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagdishakam mama janmani janmaneshwari bhaftar bhaktirahito kitoi. O Lord of Universe, I do not desire material wealth, materialistic followers, beautiful wife, fruitive activities described in flowery language. All I want life after life is unmotivated, devotional service unto you. That's what I want. And that is what is a prayer of a pure devotee. That dhan jan nahi mango kavita sundari, shuddh bhakti deha more Krishna kripa kari. I only pray by your causeless mercy, give me pure devotional service unto you, life after life. And Krishna Consciousness Swami writes 20.31, in great humility, considering himself a conditioned soul of material world, ati denne pune mange dasya bhakti dhan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is praying like this. He expressed his desire to be endowed with service of the Lord. So if you chant in a proper mood, Trinadapi Sunijena, it will have a a doubling effect. If you chant it with the mood of humility and tolerance and forgiveness, then by the blessings of holy name, we will learn how to pray to Krishna in perfect humility. And the best prayer Mahaprabhu is teaching you, pray like this. I want your devotional service birth after birth after birth. And why does he pray like this? I don't want anything else, Krishna. Why does he pray like this? Because he understands. Because he understands by his own experience of chanting. If you chant in perfect mood, that mood, then you will experience so much bliss that you will not want to exchange that bliss in place of anything. So Krishna says, you want material wealth? So devotee says, no Krishna, I don't want. I just want to serve you. I just want to be in that bliss of service. Okay, do you want followers? No, I don't exchange that bliss of service for the followers. Do you want beautiful wife? No, I don't want to exchange the bliss of service for the beautiful wife. Because he understands, devotee understands, this bliss of service is incomparable. One is sky, one is earth, one is pure water, one is ditch water, one is diamond, another is gold. By his personal experience, by doing Sada Kirtana Hari, he then can say no to everything in this material world. Wealth, woman, that is, everybody in this material world will succumb to these big forces. But devotee doesn't succumb, because he's not just theoretically understanding all these things. By doing Sada Kirtana Hari with proper mood, by following the third verse of Shikshashtakam sincerely and understanding it properly in practical terms and acting on it, not just desiring it, he has that experience within his soul, and that experience saves him. And through that experience, his prayer comes that Krishna, birth after birth, give me the bliss of service of a lotus feet. Now, why devotee says birth after birth? Because Prabhupada says that go back to Godhead. We all know. But here devotee prays birth after birth, give me pure devotional service. Why? Because Prabhupada explains in some of his lectures and conversations, Bhaktivedanta Thakur also explains, devotee says, Krishna, if by my foolishness, or if it is your desire that I might have birth in this material world, no problem. I don't have any problem. Lest if you keep on giving me the bliss of that service, if you keep on engaging me into service, that's what I want. And Bhaktivedanta Thakur also explains, devotee is very intelligent. Devotee is very, very intelligent. Don't think he is fool. So he doesn't pray to Krishna, Krishna take me back to Godhead. Because if he prays like that to Krishna, then Krishna will not take you back to him. He might not. He might accept your proposal, he might not. But if you pray, Krishna, let me birth after birth, even if I take birth, no problem. I don't want to come back to you by my own desire. If you want, you take me. If you don't want, no problem. If you want to send me to hell, no problem. I just simply want to serve you. If you pray like this, then definitely you will have no birth. You will be going back to Krishna. Krishna will say, oh my God, he's so nice. I will bring him back to myself, to my abode. Not because he wants to be with me, but because I want to be with him. That is the perfection of life. So, because a devotee doesn't desire anything except his service. He says, Krishna, I can take birth after birth. Krishna says, yes, you can take birth after birth. That is your prayer, I understand. But I cannot remain away from you. So, come back to me. Come back to me. You're such a nice devotee. You don't want anything. You just want to serve me. Yes, I cannot tolerate your separation. You might tolerate my separation, but I cannot. And it takes him back to himself. And That is why if you pray like this, it's sure that you're going back to Godhead. And that is the intelligence of a devotee. That is the intelligence of a devotee. He exactly knows how to please Krishna. He exactly knows what will make Krishna happy. He exactly knows what is the meaning of praying to Him without any selfishness. And that is this prayers, beautiful prayers, Nadhanam Najanamna Sundarim. And then Mahaprabhu prays in the next verse, Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram, and that is also beautiful prayer. Mahaprabhu adds on that, and that I'm going to discuss in the next class, so whenever possible. Shikshashtakam 5th verse. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Prabhuji. It was so enlightening.
Yeah.
We'll open the for any questions or comments. Devotees, if they want to ask. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Very, very enlightening, Prabhuji. I mean, I have to listen to it again and again.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for listening, first of all. Thank you for helping me to revise my own things. It's my revision. I also have to follow. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad pranam.
Yes.
So, Prabhuji, you said about the mind that within if all these thoughts come to our mind, then we should kind of ignore it. So, how do we do that, Prabhuji? What is the proper understanding?
Well,
Because when we chant, it does go, it doesn't let us focus on the alone.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I was explaining, that we have to change while chanting. Just while chanting, if we try to do, we might be successful, we might not be. So it's a whole mood and personality which have to be practiced throughout the day, so that when we chant the next day, then our mind is peaceful. And that will happen when we understand, when we act on that platform, that my mind is useless. And we always act like that. My mind is useless. Mind is made of opinions and desires. So when the entire day you are not doing anything which will fulfill desires of mind, when the entire day we will not fulfill our own opinions and will follow the orders of Krishna and not try to fulfill our own opinions and also justify our own opinions, and we can tolerate other like a tree and not oppose. When we practice those qualities in a daily basis, in our actions, then when we chant, mind will not disturb you, because mind is trained. You see, we have to train your mind. So you don't train your mind. So like circus, there's circus, and there are so many wild animals. So when circus public comes, and those wild lion. So the joker or whatever the person, he asks the lion to jump in the ring, and it jumps in the ring, and then it sits and it behaves so nicely. But for making him behave so nicely, that wild animal, in the public, in the function, there's a lot of training going on in the background, day after day after day. So chanting is like an encounter with God. Now it's a function now. Like public is there. So you are there, your mind is there, and demigods are there, directions are there, sun and moon is there, everybody is there, everybody has come to see. And now you start chanting. Your mind is like a wild animal, wild lion, and now you want to tame it. Come on, forget it. So in the background, every day, day after day, moment after moment, we have to train it by following all these things, and by practically not practicing, not fulfill desires of the mind, not accepting his opinions, accept the opinions of spiritual master and scriptures. Slowly it will get trained, and when we chant, then mind will be peaceful. It will be like a tamed lion. You ask whatever to do, it will do. You ask him to shut down, stop saying anything, and it will stop. It will sit in one corner. You can peacefully chant. So that's the ideal thing we should be doing. But in case, but it takes little time. But till that time, what to do when you chant, and if your mind runs here and there, what to do till that time? Because taming doesn't happen very easily. It takes time to tame even a wild animal. What to say of a mind which is the wildest animal? So till that time, what to do? Till that time, anyway, we have to chant. And if a mind goes here and there, then what to do? Then in that case, you can tell your mind, okay, fine. So you can do two things. One thing is, you can say, fine, if you want to say anything, no problem. You keep on saying anything and I will keep on my chanting. And you say, how is it possible? It is simple. It is very easy to do that. You all do that. So when wife says something, she keeps on saying something, and you say, okay, let her say anything. Whatever I'll do. Then that's all we do. It's practical. It's practical thing what we do. So okay, fine, let her say anything, and you say yes, but ultimately you do what you want. So that's how we have to deal with mind. I am not this mind. We have to understand. Don't try to struggle with him. Don't try to struggle with your mind. You will get defeated. I am not this mind. Let it say whatever it wants. My duty is to serve Krishna. And slowly mind will understand. Mind will understand he doesn't listen to me. So leave him. Forget it. So I don't want his company. He's not anyway entertaining me. So that's what we have to practice while chanting. While chanting, we can think, okay, fine. So you can say to your mind, okay, fine, whatever you say, I'll do it afterwards. But now I am serving Krishna. If that thing is relevant. So sometimes mind says nonsense things. Don't listen. I am not mind. But sometimes mind will trick you and say, no, actually there's a lot of service you have to do. This devotee has to be given this, and this thing, preaching has to be done. So you might think, these are relevant issues I have to deal. No, tell mind. Now I am in another service. There are so many services of Krishna. This is the best service. For this chanting, I am doing all other services, and now you are making me remember that you have to do this, do that. All those things were for doing this, and when I am doing this, you are making me remember other service. So don't fall into trap of thinking while chanting. I have to do this for devotees, do this preaching, do this management. No, everything we are doing, chanting, reading, shravanam, everything is for kirtanam, for japa. This is the most important thing that you can tell your mind. And another thing you can do is, when we are chanting, is you can simply chant the holy names of Krishna and tell to your mind that if you want to be happy, this is the only way. And tell to your mind that yes, no problems. Whatever you say, that might solve some problems, but chanting of holy names is a best medicine that will solve all problems. Have faith. Try to convince your mind. Have faith. Don't worry, and tell to your mind, even if I solve my own problems, even if you advise me and I'm able to solve all these problems, then what's the big deal? Even if I live, what's the big deal? What benefit you do to this world by your life, by your living? But you can benefit this world if you become pure devotee, if you can chant nicely. So tell the mind, yes, okay, fine. Tell the mind, I have no value. Value is in service of God, in actually become connected to Him, to love Him. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm chanting. So tell your mind, this will benefit you more than anything else. So just like when a child disturbs his parent, child will give him toffee or something, and it will be happy with that. And child will understand, oh yeah, this is nice. So tell your mind that real aim of life, the real benefit of soul is in actually serving and chanting His holy names. And then slowly we do all these things, our mind will understand, and it will just stop. So ultimate thing is, the instruction is, if mind disturbs while chanting, then understand you are not this mind. Don't listen to it. First of all, don't listen to it. I am separate. I'll do my business, you do your own business. It will stop barking. And simultaneously tame your mind. Tame it slowly, gradually, day after day. In the background, keep on doing that work. Don't entertain your desires. Don't fulfill its opinion. Act on that. And slowly your mind will be under your control. Like a lion, like a wild lion who is tamed. And whatever you say, it will do. That's what we are supposed to do if we want to chant nicely. That's all.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. That was a very nice explanation, very nice lecture regarding this, the answer you are giving right now. So while chanting, if we talk to mind, then again we are not focused on our chanting. We are talking regularly to mind. Don't disturb. Don't.
No. You don't have to talk. You don't have to talk to it. I just told you the best thing is just think you're not this mind. Let it talk anything. Let it talk nonsense. You say, you do your own business. You keep on saying anything. I'll keep on saying Hare Krishna. That's all. And it will stop. It will stop saying anything. But if mind says something about preaching, so when you don't listen to mind, then mind will come and say, okay, I am speaking nonsense. You're not listening to me. But you know what? Tomorrow is a program, and you have to arrange for this. And there's so many this devotee you have to talk. This is sensible. This is not nonsense. So now listen to me. And at that time you have to tell mind, yes, this is sensible. But whatever we are doing, anything we are doing for chanting. So that's what I'm doing. So please keep shut now. And mind will just stop. That's all. You're not this mind. That's what we have to understand. That's a trick while chanting. That is a trick. But generally we don't understand that. We say, okay, my mind is going here and there, try to stop it, try to say something. No, we are not this mind. And if we understand this fact, we are not this mind, and then and first of all, we don't listen to its nonsense. Most of the time it's speaking nonsense. And sometimes it speaks sense. Then you say, okay, no problem. Well, you just sit for a moment. I'll finish this chanting, and this is what is the most important thing, and then I will hear all the sensible things which you are talking. Like that we have to chant. Wait for a minute. That's the idea. Is it okay?
Very nice. Yes, it's very nice, and I really like the point, that the previous image, the mood that help us in next chanting in the next morning. So we have to keep our mood, let.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Are there any more questions or comments?
Probably is there time for one question?
Yes, Mataji, go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah.
First of all, I really want to thank you on behalf of all the devotees that from the West Coast, 3 hours behind early time, you've gotten up and doing this class for us. It's really moving, Prabhu. Thank you so much, in spite of so many preaching responsibilities there.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, thank you for that.
And Prabhuji, the thing about gopis, we hear this story that Krishna had a headache, and then when everybody else hesitated to give the dust from their lotus feet, gopis collected that and gave. And they said, they don't care about going to hell. But then, that's the platform of even many devotees, right? Even we see Kanakdas or anybody else, that they don't care where they go, they want to do the service of the Lord.
Yeah.
So, I don't understand how it is unique, because we say that gopis are the best of devotees.
So? So what's the question?
What intrigues is many devotees, other devotees answer that I can't give the dust to Krishna's headache because I will go to hell.
So?
But we understand that devotees are in that platform even when they are in this material world, or we see that in Gopakumar he goes from one person to another, and everybody says that there is a gradation, right?
So
this point is there even we see in all the other devotees. So how does it make that gopis are unique from this story?
No, so what's your question? So question is that how can other devotees not think as gopis think? Because they're also devotees.
Yeah.
Is it?
This sense that I will go to hell doesn't come into picture at all, right? If that is the case, then they are not devotees at all.
No, it's not like that. So all those devotees like Brahma and Shiva and all other devotees, the Rishi Munis, they said no. So they said that if you ask me dust, how can we give dust? Because if we give dust to Krishna, lotus feet will go to hell. But gopis didn't hesitate. That's the point. So all those devotees who said no to Krishna, who said no to Narad Muni, that we will not give a dust of a lotus feet because we'll go to hell, they understand that point. They understand that service is the highest. They understand. So even King Kulashekhar, he prays, send me to hell, Krishna, no problem. So, and the service is the highest. But the point is, they understand, but the mood is in, most of the devotees, their mood is in awe and reverence. That's the first point. They respect him. So that mood is not just a sweet mood without awe and reverence. So they cannot do this, although they understand this, that okay, fine, Krishna is having a headache and service is higher than our going to hell. So at the same time they think that it is a disrespect to him, because the relationship with Krishna is based on respect. And the point is not that they'll go to hell or not go to hell. That's another point. That is not a consideration at all. King Kulashekhar, devotees pray, send me to hell, whatever you want, that's okay. The consideration there is disrespect, and they don't want to disrespect, because their whole foundation of relationship is respect. But for gopis it's not like that. For gopis, the foundation of their love is not respect. The foundation of their love is simply service, sweet service to him. And that is why they can afford to not look at this point of respect and just give the lotus feet of and just give the dust of the lotus feet to him. So giving the dust of the lotus feet doesn't actually jeopardize their relationship with Krishna. The relationship is not based on respect, and if they can forego the respect, it doesn't hamper their relationship with God. But here, in everybody else's case, if they disrespect him, their relationship is hampered. And no devotee wants to hamper his relationship with Krishna and Krishna's relationship with him. And that is why they don't give their dust to Krishna. And the second point is, great devotees like Shiva, and they understand all these points. If we can understand, why can't they understand? But the point is, they wanted, everybody understood, and everybody knew, most of them, Brahma and Shiva, that finally it's Krishna's plan, Narad Muni will go to gopis, and they wanted to reserve these glories for gopis because they are the highest devotees. Because if Narad Muni would have come and they would have said, okay, so you should take the dust of our lotus feet, give it to Krishna and let his headache be okay, then that is not service to gopis. That doesn't make them glorified. So in order that they will be glorified, this was an opportunity for great demigods to serve gopis and to show this world that they are the highest devotees. And that is why devotees like Shiva and Brahma, they know all these things, but they didn't choose to do these, to give dust to Krishna, so that this is a great opportunity to serve gopis and not just Krishna. Yes, now they will be glorified in the entire world, and this is their service. So that's why they denied Narad Muni. Okay, we don't want to give, and ask gopis. And that's how they served Krishna and Radha in their pastime. Everything is to serve their pastime. This is how they serve. This is how they reserve glories for Krishna and Radha. And this is what so this is what Advaita Acharya did. Advaita Acharya said that, Krishna, how can I change this atheistic people? You have to come in form of Lord Chaitanya. I can't do anything. And Nityan Prabhu, he didn't start preaching before Lord Chaitanya came. They took a down role, a low role, a role behind the scene, because they wanted to serve him. They wanted to reserve all glories to Lord Chaitanya, not take any glory for themselves. That's what Sita said. Sita said to Raman, I can free myself with a blade of grass, no problem. But let Ram come and rescue me, so that he shall be glorified and not me. That's what Sita told to Hanuman, that if you take me now from Lanka, then you will be glorified. But I want Ram should be glorified. So go back. I know you can take me. Go back. Let him come. That is a mood of devotee. So these are the two reasons. That pastime is not easy to understand. These are the two reasons, the dynamics going there, that they denied to give the dust of their feet.
Beautiful, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Jai, Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna, can we end the call here now?
Yeah, Prabhu, true, yes.
Hare Krishna, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha,
Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Yashpat ki jai. Hare Krishna. Ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.